I'm Peter James, and I'm an environmental epidemiologist who studies how the places in which we live, work, and play influence our health. In our research, we're identifying how everyday environmental exposures, both risk and resilience factors, shape brain and heart health. So preventing disease starts where our lives happen, at home, at work, and in our communities. When we think about diseases like Alzheimer's or heart disease, we often focus on genetics or drugs or individual behaviors. And if we want to prevent these conditions at scale, we have to look beyond hospitals and clinics and start with the environments we live in every day. In our brain health research, we combine high-resolution environmental models, satellite imagery, and Google Street View data with smartphone GPS data and cognitive tests administered right on people's smartphones to measure how environmental exposures affect cognition, not just over decades, but day by day, even minute to minute. We ask simple but powerful questions. Does heat, air pollution, green space, and neighborhood walkability shape how our brains function in the short term, day to day? And how do years of exposures to these factors shape cognitive decline, dementia risk, and even biological changes in the brain? By applying deep learning algorithms to 350 million Google Street View images across the country, we have measured the green space people actually see around their homes, the trees, grass, and other vegetation at the street level. And we've linked this to nearly 90,000 participants in the Nurses' Health Study. What we found surprised us. Trees were associated with a lower risk of heart attack and stroke, but grass and other low-lying vegetation was not. And in some cases, grass was associated with higher cardiovascular disease risk. Urban forestry, planting and protecting trees, may be one of the most powerful, scalable public health interventions we have. In addition to sequestering carbon and combating climate change, trees may cool urban environments, buffer our exposure to air pollution and noise, provide us a setting to be socially and physically active in, and may directly decrease stress and improve cognitive function. Our research is some of the first to specifically link trees to these cardiovascular benefits. And that's the kind of evidence city planners, policymakers, and community members need to make targeted and life-saving decisions. Without federal funding, we lose the evidence needed to prevent dementia and heart disease, and we end up paying far more to treat them later. By integrating cutting-edge exposure science into epidemiology, we can identify environmental changes that protect millions of people at once, slowing cognitive decline, reducing heart disease, and ultimately preventing disease before it starts.